Civilizations start in North America.
Crop that went around the world that we seen would be corn, and that would fingerprint or a key marker into who brought the civilization, because the corn originates here in the Americas, and it had to be genetically modified. It's not an organic seed, and so that is one of the clear indications that this science was taken around the world, and it actually helped others, such as Egypt. In Karnak, we see Osiris' body laying flat, and we see agriculture growing out of it. So it's wheat, but when you translate it, Turkish wheat is Indian corn, and so this is actually corn growing out of Osiris, because Osiris represents one of the resurrection deities. Whenever you hear resurrection, it's all allegory centered around agriculture. So you have something called the green meat. Osiris is depicted as a green meat. You have Pakal down in America, in our culture. If you look at any of the 4 civilized tribes in the Southeast, they origin story of venerating corn deities. The same as when we go into the Mayan culture. The same as we see with Osiris doing the corn deities. In the Brooklyn Museum, you have something called the corn mummy. Now we have all these African scholars who like to take people on tours for years through the Brooklyn Museum, but they always, for some reason, passed up the corn mummy, because the corn mummy is the veneration of Osiris. Osiris was really a corn deity centered around agriculture, and that was one of the key pointers that Egypt was actually a colony of ancient trade. And another science that everyone was accustomed to was seafaring. Seafaring was very, very important. Everyone didn't have that intelligence, hence why we have theories such as the out of Africa theory, in which the people are walking. Africans didn't have the technology to sail. How do we know that? Because we don't see any African colonies around the world. But we will see Greece colonies, we'll see Roman colonies. We don't see Egyptian colonies, because Egyptians wasn't seafaring people. They actually hired out their naval base. They hired out their army. A lot of their greatness was things that they bought out of trade from people bringing in. And this is a science that the Americas had already for seafaring. The seafaring expeditions come from here. Let's deal with Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut said that her people come from a land of Punt. They didn't originate in Egypt. We also find in Hatshepsut that she sent expeditions out that took 3 years. We find in Ramesses' temple pineapple. We find corn. The mummies have cocaine, indicating that they are having trade from America, but Egypt is not a seafaring people. We Amazon prime. That was something that was real key. Also, when we go into the gods of Egypt, and I think this is the most crucial point, because when we look into their deities, their most ancient deities, we'll take Khnum. Khnum is the big head ram. The ram originated in America. You have the Perigene falcon, which would be Horus. You have the Atlanta falcon. The Southeast tribes venerated the Perigene falcon. When they excavated the mounds, they found motifs of what they call today the Eye of Horus. You'll take another one, the Cholo dog, which would be one of their most ancient deities. Cholo dog is only found in Mexico. They told us it was a jackal. These are Egypt's most prominent deities. And we see that the effigies that they're using are indigenous to the Americas. Another indication that this science is traveling from one place and being brought to Egypt.